And this is Make No Bones About It. It's Raven Redbone. And in a few minutes, I should have Gregory Ghosteagle Payne calling in. And I'll just read this until he comes in. It says, to whom it may concern, possible exclusive event. I represent A.I.M, American Indian Movement Lancaster PA. We have been with no success trying to stop development on an already known and excavated professionally on Native American burial site in which thousands of Native American bones have been unlawfully removed and displaced in historical museums. We demand a small portion of this land to be designated as a Native American burial site. So Greg's going to call in a few minutes.
I guess we're on the air to discuss that burial site that we are presently fighting and going to occupy. We have tried many ways to get recognition with this, and we have to no avail failed. It's a sanctuary site, and the unique thing with this is it's unlike any other of these 5 sites that they have dug up. It has many features such as barricades that the other ones did not have. And they believe that the reason they have that is because they were being taken over by the Susquehannocks, and this is the last and only site that they have found with these wooden barricades going around their encampment. And the site number is 36LA 1100. And what we would like to do is gather as many people as we can on Thanksgiving. The night before Thanksgiving, we are taking over this encampment, and we plan to stay there until our demands are met. Our demands are very simple and very easy to meet. And this is located in Lancaster, PA. And according to Pennsylvania law, if you have a development, you have to have a certain amount of land set aside for easement. And with that, we are requesting, or you may call it a demand, that this land is set aside to rebury the remains. First of all, they have just disrespectfully removed, and any other remains or artifacts that are found during their construction be placed in a proper burial fashion in this land. We're not asking for anything other than to rebury the people, our ancestors, the way they need to be done.
Absolutely. And so, Greg, can we just kind of introduce yourself a little bit, and then I want to know how long this has been going on, and I that's the first time I've heard about it, and it's like I told you on the phone, it kind of makes me feel sick to know that this is still going on, and that it's like, again, it's my first time hearing, but I know it happens all the time. And it's put under the rug, but like as I speak for myself, as I learn, I want to put it out there that this stuff is still going on, and this is a part of why it keeps on the lie keeps on going around and around. If that makes sense. So first, wanted to just give you an opportunity to introduce yourself, let people know who we're talking to, and when I talked to you, we talked about you want to get as many people as you can on Thanksgiving Day. So we'll just talk a little bit more about what's going on.
Absolutely, absolutely. I am Greg Payne, known as Gregory Ghosteagle Payne. I am on Facebook, which you can contact me at any point. I am a member of A.I.M, Lancaster, American Indian Movement. We have been fighting this project, I would say, roughly for about 3 years. Now, in my term just recently of investigating everything, you were saying it disgusted you. Well, it really disgusted me. We were doing aerial views dating back to 2004. Now, the dig that we are fighting was dug on 2006. The dig that happened on 2004 is unpublished, unrecognized, and they built right over top of it after they removed the remains, which is very, very disgusting. These people, unknowingly, we have talked to several people in the development, they have no idea that they're over top of native burial ground or an encampment, a village. They had no idea. Now, this first site in 2004, they had dug over top, found what they wanted to find, and you can see it if you go on Google Earth and you punch in the address of Waybank Road in Waypoint Drive, Lancaster, PA, 17603. And if you go back on the timeline there, you will see the initial test pits and the initial dig. And then if you go to 2005, there are now houses sitting right on top of that particular area. So I just found that information out last night after a grueling amount of looking on the computer. So I really got disgusted at that point. Even though I'm fighting this other one, I'm really disgusted that they just built right over top of that, never notified the people, never notified the proper authorities. Now this second site that we are actually going to build our encampment on, that was it was dug by Temple University in cooperation with Pennsylvania State Museum. And right now, as of this date, the actual findings have not been made public. Although the archaeologist that did the dig states it is one of the most significant digs they have ever found in a sanctuary village. So, with that being said, it really needs to be held up until the findings are made public and we can distinguish whether or not it is available to be set aside for a National Historical Site or other things.
So, whose traditional land is it on?
It is actually sanctuary land. It's now owned by a realtor, and they're building a development on it.
Right, but before all that, it was still the people's land, whose people remains. And I know that you were telling me that a lot of them, they sold them. Yes, they sold them, and they sent them to the Pennsylvania State Museum, and we are now trying to get verification of that. We have verification because people saw the bones going out that did the dig. As far as the state, they're not releasing any information, and it is very hard. We need the only way we can get information is to have a certified archaeologist request the information, which if anyone out there is listening is a certified or knows of one, maybe they can contact me and we can find out exactly what they found. We know they found remains. We know they were sanctuary people, and also we know that they were taken out of there. Now, the Susquehannocks also took over that village. This is the last stance for these people. The archaeologists dubbed them the name the Lost People when they first did the first dig back in 1934, and because they did not know who they were. Then they've done other digs in areas, around this area and named them the sanctuary. Mm-hmm. And during that period, the Susquehannocks took them over. This is the only site they have found that has barricades around their village, which means that it is probably their very last stand. This is where they were wiped out. So these people not only are lost, they're not even documented. And we want to bring them to the public, and we want to respect their burial ground. And we're from your note, you're asking for the last chunk of land that has been developed to bring those bones back to do a proper burial. Yes, and it's a land by law they can't build on, because by law they have to have a certain amount of easement on this particular, on all developing in Pennsylvania. So it's not costing them any extra money because this land already has to be by law left alone. So we're asking for that land to be designated as a native burial site. Bring the people home, bury them respectfully. They can still have that land to use. The people will be buried beneath them. It is much better than having your house over top the burial ground, first of all. But the most important thing is our warriors need to be put back where they were put. I mean, it is disgusting. And it's happening everywhere. And we have been fighting. We have been doing walks for this. And the thing is, we get a lot of concern from people. We get more concern from the actual people than we have the government. We have had sit-downs with the senators, and we are at the point, and we're going to take the land over. And I personally, along with several others, will stay there until our demands are met, or we are literally very hardly removed off that land. I am there for the duration, because this is something. I am a warrior.
I will not back down from this issue.
So, how can we help you other than getting the word out? If you're in Lancaster, PA, join you there. I know that there's many ways, but how would be the most helpful and hopeful for you?
Well, the biggest thing, excuse me, we need supporters in all directions. We presently have on my webpage, on my Facebook, we have a petition to join. I'm sorry, and as many names as we could possibly get on that. We need as much support. We need people inside the circle that are willing to go the distance, be it whatever. We are going in completely unarmed, and we want to make that known to the public. This is a complete peaceful event. No weapons whatsoever. Because this is not a war. We are trying to get a resolution to this problem. And as we all know, in this government, you go in with weapons, and it just changes the whole situation. We will not have any weapons in there. So anyone that would like to join the actual inner circle and go for the distance, we may end up with a trespassing fine, unlawful assembly, a few summary offenses, if that. I'm hoping it is resolved quite quickly. We have some pretty high people on the echelon voting for us and going to stand up for us. It's been about 2.5 years of a battle with this, and they're encroaching closer and closer to this particular site, and it is time to stop it. If we do not act now, these people, as they dubbed them the Lost People in 1934, they will be the Lost People. And that's really sad. Very sad. They fought their lives for Susquehannocks. Now they have to be bulldozed. I mean, that's just not the way the world works. I don't care what religion, what you believe in. That's now how it should be.
Right. If it was any other people, it would be stopped. I know that in my heart, because that's, it's just, if I went into somebody's burial ground, whatever tradition, and started digging up, you think they would put up with it?
No, and that's one of my points. I would really love to reach out to veterans, people who have fought for this country. This is not just a Native issue. This is a civil rights issue. This is a respect issue. Now, our military are warriors. I am a vet. I consider them warriors. Well, these people that are buried in the ground are warriors. Do we go pull up the cemeteries? Do we go knock down? We don't do that. We are a peaceful community. We do not do that. So I would love to reach out to whatever military personnel we can get to have the same belief that when they go, if they go in war and they go with honor, they should not be touched forever.
Yeah, nobody should.
Right, and that's. I would love to reach out to them. I've been trying different avenues with that. We've got a little bit of response. I got a lot of people that believe in it, but it's I've only been working on this for about 2.5 weeks, so I need as much support as I can getting the word out to everybody and anybody. This is not just a Native issue.
Right.
It's not. This is our government, our money, because it's all about money. They own that land, they own it. So they're going to tear it up and destroy what is dubbed the Lost People. And it's just not right. They were warriors. They fought for their lives. They died on that land fighting for it. This is the last of their community, this site. It is very significant. It is the most significant site that has been found for the Shanks First. So, I want to reach out to anybody that has a heart about where you should go when you pass. With me, I go to the Great Spirit. But everyone has a belief of where you go, and your body should not have to endure what's going on there.
Right. I found it says petitiononline.com/petition/native/signatures, and it says this is sent to the governor of Pennsylvania, and it says currently in the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania there are Native American grave sites that are being desecrated by corporations for I highlighted. Hold on a second. For realty purposes. These are, and so is that the site you're talking about?
No, that is not our petition, but I'll tell you what, I would love it if you shoot it over to me. I will get it out to as many people as I can.
Okay, I'll put it, I'll send it over. And looks like it's we got almost 500 signatures.
Very good.
So
we have at the last time I looked, we had a little over 200 on ours, and I just posted it last night about 11 o'clock. I'm not computer savvy. I'm more a warrior, so I'm doing what I can on the internet. I have some help from some friends, so I'm getting as much out as possible. I'm very pleased with the computer system, though. We can really get the word out, and we are getting responses. I need people there for all things. You know, people don't have to be there and be in harm's way. We have other ways that they can support us. They can run provisions. They can be on the outskirts of the property, just letting know that they believe in what we're doing, because those people out there will make us stronger. We will get their energy. It will come to us.
Absolutely.
So we need all type of personnel. I mean, we need anybody that believes in what is going on out there, or disbelieves in what is going on out there, to be there. Because their energy will come to us, and it will, and we will prevail. We will not leave until this is made the way it's supposed to be.
Right. This is also part of the healing process that is happening. I always say has to. I got to watching my words, but is happening here in Turtle Island. But for a lot of folks, think that this stuff doesn't happen anymore.
You're absolutely correct.
And it's good to be able to have this avenue to share, for one, and to know that we have the ability to stop that pattern of domination that we've been talking about. And I think it's really important, the work that you're doing, and we all can be a part of it. And from the littlest to the biggest, if you can't be there, you can sign the petition. You could send it around, get word of mouth. If you know people that are in that area, let them know. You can contact Greg.
Yes.
Yep. He is on Facebook, and there's lots of things that we can do to bring this to attention. Like I said, I first I heard about it from my friend from Apache Radio, and he told me that I should contact you and check that out. And I'm like, okay, I will. And these things, like, to me, this is what I've been talking about since I've been on the air. Like, in Indian country, it's not past tense.
Right.
It's still happening, and so this is the pattern that we have to stop.
Absolutely. So, and it will be stopped. It will be stopped. I mean, this is it's going to stop.
Yeah.
Because if I get arrested, if they choose to use their power against me, we're going totally peacefully. If they do choose to use their power, I will be back. I mean, this is my this is what I am meant to be here for. I've always wondered. I knew I was a warrior. I've always wondered what I was supposed to do. It came to me. This is what I'm to do. So if they arrest me, whatever happens, I will be back if this is not resolved. And they can mark that. They can put it in a calendar. I'm not stopping until this issue is resolved. And I have several others that have the same feeling. I've always wondered what I'm supposed to do with my warrior feelings, with my warrior strength. I now know. It came to me. And, the bottom line is, it's got to stop. It's going to stop right here. We spent a lot of time doing walks. We spent a lot of time trying to get people involved. And now it is time for us just to do it. The more people we can get involved, wonderful. I really appreciate everybody's support. We've got so many people out there interested in this. I really appreciate everybody out there. It's wonderful, because the more people we get out there, and you don't have to be native. This is not just a native issue. This is about respect. That's my whole thing. The government, the money, the greed just walks all over everybody. And until people stand up, they will continue to do it, regardless of your creed, regardless of anything.
Right.
And unfortunately, it happened very bad to the natives. I mean, they just walked all over us. They stole our land. They broke every tree they ever had. Now they're trying to get the Black Hills. So, it's time. It's time the natives stand up. It is time.
Yeah, it's time to put a stop to the cycle of the domination model and come back into that inclusive place where we're all a part of the wheel.
Okay.
We need to honor each other and have respect for each other.
Yes, we do.
So, got a few more minutes. I just wanted to, if there's something else that's on your heart that you want to share, and we'll recap with this again, how people can get a hold of you. And just want to say that it's happening in Lancaster, PA. A burial site has been dug up. The tribe and the people are asking for the last remaining part of the land to do a reburial respectfully, and that you would love to see a show of people, if they're in the Lancaster area on Thanksgiving Day, to have an encampment, a peaceful encampment, to counter that energy of coming here to take the last of it.
Yep.
And they can.
And one point I want to make clear is what you just said is 100% true. The other fact is, if they're afraid of the government and they don't want to come to the actual encampment, we are going to have it set up to where the encampment is at a location disclosed exactly on the property, and the rest of the property we're going to have just supporting people, so they will not be in any harm's way. I do truly believe with our government, the people that are actually up in the encampment could possibly be in harm's way, one way or another. So I want to make that clear that anybody that does come, we have many of uses for them, depending on their strength, depending on their power. It doesn't, they don't have to put themselves in harm's way to help us. Right. We just need the government to know that there are people out there that believe in what we're doing. They don't have to make a stand up on a hilltop, because that may very well be putting yourself in harm's way. But down on the ground site, we can use everybody we can to let them know we are not the only ones. We, as in the people in the encampment itself, are not the only ones that believe in this. So as many people as we can get out there is a wonderful thing. We will take their energy, and we will use it up there on the hilltop.
All right. So again, I appreciate you taking time this evening to share with us about what's going on, and I'll be there in spirit with you, and I'll be praying, and